Okay, for you DIYers, I'm doing a bluestone patio. I haven't seen any YouTube videos that show you some tricks how to put this in. This is blue select, so it's not perfect. You'll see over here I've got a palette. Some of it's close to 2 inches thick, others 1.5 inches, so varying sizes. Comes in different dimensions, and there's no rhyme or reason to how you put it together. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, whatever looks good to you. The way I start, I got a small slope that heads down towards the street so the rain can run off. My approach to these is obviously try to put the larger stones where there's going to be most traffic. I also start with towards the top of the project where it slopes downward. I put my thinner stones towards the top, and that way when you're trying to make up for the crushed stone, I've got about 3 or 4 inches of crushed stone, but you end up using the thicker pieces. They seem to go in better down towards the bottom, obviously, because you're trying to make up space. I'll show you another trick. It can be exhausting pulling these rocks up given their varying thickness. What I typically do is bust up, grab my couple of tools that you absolutely have to have: mason, hammer, mallet. I also find a trowel is extremely helpful. Grinder to occasionally cut some pieces. But what I do is I break up pieces of the seal here, old bluestone, and then if I have a little rock in the stone, bluestone after I lay it, sometimes you'll have a corner that's a little low or a little high. I simply put in a piece down here in the corner. You can see how thin that is, and you can raise it up. Sometimes you're trying to get it up simply a 16th or an 1/8 of an inch, and I simply tap this in to bring up that end, and that'll bring that up probably about a 1/16. But you can see the rock is imperfect. There's some areas I'm trying to keep obviously a very small gap. Some of these rocks you can see that you got a little bit of a larger gap there. I try to minimize those based on my selection. There's another one that's a little wider, but I'll go back through after I lay all this out and try to move them a hair just to get them more even. And then what I'll do is I'll actually use the polymeric sand to right there, pick that up at Home Depot and fill the gaps. Also, when you're ordering materials, you want to get enough crushed stone so that you have, I usually try to keep about 1/4 of mine left over so I can use it to fill in gaps as I do the project. I've got fieldstone, Pennsylvania fieldstone here. I'm going to have a knee wall that defines this area, and then I'll put a wall up here. I also ran, when you're thinking about laying this out, I'm going to have landscape lights on the wall out here. So I have dug a ditch underneath here, a little ditch, and then laid low voltage outdoor wire. Then we'll come up over here and go into my wall.